Now let's get back to the illusions. And I'm friends with Valentino. Alright. He shares the knowledge too. And not only did Matt Galloway say it looks like he's levitating, hearing on this stereo headphone that also Michael Klein says it looks like he's levitating. In other words, Matt Galloway levitating. Alright. And I gave Copperfield pictures of me levitating my sister Stacy Elizabeth Smith out in the backyard of my parents' house when I was at Chrysler Hall and used to do autographs. Anyway, I went with the stories, but first I went with Bob Schofield 2 times, and one of the times Judy Schofield tagged along. And then later on, Dave Duncan, Susan Duck Goodnow, Susan Abbott, I see Rob Chappell, Bob Schofield, me, Dave Duncan. We all saw, and Tommy Story, we saw live Andre Cole, Christian Illusionist, at Willard Hall, and the second half he does the Planet Salvation, and we got to talk shop after the show. Thought that was neat. Alright, and action. Oh, and Gary E. Bartlett wrote us back about David asked me to write, did read your guys' letter and asked it to write back to you guys. Get all the books by Daryl Fitzke, The Trick Brain, Showmanship, and Maddie by Misdirection. And he gave us some Maddie shops to go to. I let Gary A. Bartlett know that on Facebook, and he liked my comment. So I let him know who I was. Because that's a long time ago thing. I jarred his memory. Anyway. Copper was telling me thanks. He got really excited when I handed him something back. It's good that I was able to give something back to him. I mean, it's good that ladies gives him flowers and he gets pictures. And he signed autographs and a kid's arm cast and stuff. That's cool too. But it's good that I can give him stuff back. I gave him a picture of him doing Francois Slicer illusion to Jonia Spinia, Krishna illusionist. She's in heaven now. She got promoted. But he and her, Copperfield and Jonia Spinia, have always picked the music for the illusions. And if you look up David Copperfield music, to my knowledge, nobody knows this, but I know it, and I let people know that the 2 music that's not on the list that I know, thanks to Bob Schofield taking me 2 times, at Christ Hall in Norfolk, Virginia, when he was using that music group, Corey Hart sunglasses that night for his Crystal Smoke Chamber appearance, and then Jonia Spinia gets impaled on the sword to Mike and Mechanic's crew to Silent Running. Alright, and before he walked through the Great Wall of China, he explained that he's going to walk through the steel wall, and it's the same way as the Great Wall, exactly to a T. The only difference is it's made out of steel, and he says, and the program says, Dave is going to walk through steel and pushes the limits of possibility. Okay, and action.
Knew that it was just one big trick.
through email and on the phone. I'm friends with Herbert L. Becker, Herbert Lawrence Becker. Michael Klein, and through email,
levitating, and me levitating, Matt Galloway and Michael Klein, proving there's no wires. Dave Duncan at the video camera. Matt Galloway's dad, Mr. Galloway, is watching on, saying it looks like she's really levitating. And Dave says, get him down now. He's talking about done levitating. And Matt Galloway saying, there's a bee in here, there's a bee in here. So I looked up his hat, it was just a fly.
Pendragon and Charlotte Pendragon.
But I could see how he could think it was a bee. And this whole area, there's not got houses in it, so it's a good thing that we did this illusion and Tommy's Blue Tempo vanished car and David's Green Falcon car.
And I think both of them helped on the CBS
we made
of the stars.
The Blue Falcon appear.
So did Franz Rory.
We made the Green Falcon appear, but we made Tommy's Blue Tempo car vanish. We used two different methods.
Why don't you get him back off of there now? He doesn't want to stay levitating for his whole life. So get him down quick.
Hey, Charlie.
George, did you hear the cup this morning in the food?
Yeah, in the morning, yeah. That's how I knew it was in the sink.
Did you wash up and put it on the towel?
No.
I was going to say, any dirty dishes you do.
He was going to make it disappear.
Let me go back and do it again, because I think I have the mic in the right area.
Knew that it was just one big trick.
Card.
Michael Klein, Matt Galloway levitating, and me levitating, Matt Galloway and Michael Klein, proving there's no wires. Dave Duncan at the video camera. Matt Galloway's dad, Mr. Galloway, is watching on, saying it looks like she's really levitating. And Dave says, get him down now. He's talking about done levitating. And Matt Galloway saying, there's a bee in here, there's a bee in here. So I looked up his hat, it was just a fly. But I could see how he could think it was a bee. And this whole area has now got houses in it, so it's a good thing that we did this illusion and Tommy's Blue Tempo vanished car and David's Green Falcon car. We made the Blue Falcon appear. Blue Falcon. We made the Green Falcon appear, but we made Tommy's Blue Tempo car vanish. We used two different methods.
I've got popcorn for us now.
Okay.
He doesn't want to stay levitating for his whole life.
I'll probably get the fire for that, don't you?
So get him down quick.
I saw that in a Ziploc bag. I wasn't sure if you want to give it to your niece or
Did you hear the
nephew.
cup this morning in the food?
But there's some
It might take 3 days for this.
Alright.
Yeah, in the morning, yeah.
Alright.
What do you do with it?
That's how I knew it was in the sink.
You just wash out and put it on the towel?
No.
I was going to say, any dirty dishes you do,
He was going to
my
make
mom
it disappear.
Yeah. Especially when she told me to use the plastic fork for the KFC because she didn't want to do any dishes.
she told me
Does.
that
And
she
he picked that, and a
John
lot of
Wayne,
people
a
didn't think it
builder,
would work.
mentioned
They didn't
the
think
way
it
we
would
moved
have any
things,
quality or it would be
our
effective.
calculation was off and the arm of the
the next
statue was still
7
showing.
2 days, I'm
That's during
cooking
rehearsal
some
run.
rusty dinner.
Okay.
Tonight I will cook some French fries and shrimp in the oven.
That
Okay.
means
We help her out.
turntable.
That's what I'll do my own coffee.
Alright.
She's
And a
doing my
lot of
coffee.
losers
Yeah.
Just getting permission.
mentioned a
And
turntable.
Huge scaffolding.
Had
she
a
told
long
me that
job
me and Fancy can do house dishes.
Had to be
who
moved
helped work
because
behind the
When we had
scenes,
ice cream that night, I did a dish.
holding it,
Last
pulling
night
up
when I
the
had a
sheet
snack,
and
or
bringing it back down.
lunch with Fancy,
Yeah.
The pen and broke out the file and mentioned
and
Yeah,
the
my own
soothing
dish.
turntable
we,
plus
because we
special
moved
style
Her
ball
dish is
bearings.
just like my mom takes the other day.
Yeah.
the arm of the statue is still
Chuck Winley mentioned he helped in it.
Yeah, it was very
I got some
nice.
things I had to take care of.
He had trusses added to the top of the scaffolding and bed sheets to the bottom to bring the curtain to length.
The great Scott
The latest is their turntable.
He worked behind the
The
scenes.
audience in
So they could
place
bring a light.
Maybe it was at Alonzo. You
The
never know.
statue's right behind.
with cameras for
From
the
our
aerial
view,
shots
TV view, and live on
Mentioned it was a
The
turntable.
left
and it
tower
was
is
like
behind that.
freaking
Using General Electric light
Castle.
to night blind the audience for just a few seconds.
Ken Russell mentioned that.
So I could tell everyone to clean up the teams at the church for the war this year.
Wizard works now.
You and this one kid, I said,
What it's called now. And
have you ever shined a flashlight? And I pretend I had a flashlight and aimed it in someone's face and you can't see their face. He said, yeah. That's called black art lighting. And Tommy said, you ready to go? Well, I guess I'll get you guys later. I gotta go. Bye. And I said, bye.
Sometimes magicians use a mirror for the same trick.
Okay. I need to go to the other one.
now I need to go to the other one. Go back one. Go to the next one.
Ready for his arrival. From the front seat, it's just a short pop into the back of the truck. A black curtain hides the magician until it's time for him to make his appearance. He sneaks out and strikes the pose, offering relief to those who feared the worst.
Cool illusions are done.
Next time, the Magic Magician returns to reveal more of magic's biggest secrets.
I hope it. I am, yeah. We have to find out.
Did you say Denise? This is done.
Yeah, I hear it. I hope it's on the mic.
We did call last night to test our alarm.
Tonight, you and I are going to be witness to a magician's dream. We will see magic as it's never been seen before. Illusions that have been created especially for this program by the brilliant young master of this art form, Mr. Doug Gaines. They range in scope from one of the smallest illusions ever conceived to one of the most extravagant anyone has ever dreamed of,
When
attempting to
Campbell,
walk
Christian
through a solid brick
actor,
wall. Truly incredible things will be
singer,
happening right before your very eyes and mind, live at this very
voiceover
moment.
for
That coach
The
can
course
come
called
to
the
Doodle
dangers
Rooster
and
movie.
possibilities for error that accompany any live performance. There will be
He's a Christian country singer.
and hosted the magical world of Doug Henry
They're
on NBC.
cartoons, Rockadoodle.
You'll be seeing handheld cameras used throughout the show. Now this allows the viewer the closest possible inspection from every angle. Now if you've ever dreamed of doing impossible things, then join me tonight in watching someone who really follows his dreams and makes them reality.
This is all coming off
And
of
now
my
it's time to meet the
DVD
fantastic
disc that I
master
transferred from
illusionist himself.
VCR
Ladies and gentlemen, the
videotape
fabulous
onto
Mr. Doug
DVD
Henry.
disc. And then I uploaded to Facebook.
He did this to Chip on
I
Road
uploaded
too.
all 6 specials up on Facebook. I gotta upload one more because he did 7 specials. I uploaded some of the Copperfield specials on Facebook, but I plan to upload all 20
You
of
don't have
them.
a hunch, no matter how closely I watch, you're still not going to show me nothing. You may be right, but watch closely anyway. Okay, but I'm getting out of the traffic pattern.
It's 1:58 a.m. Tuesday.
That is amazing. I cannot believe my eyes, Doug. That's just an illusion that I created in your mind in order to show you that you can turn your dreams into reality.
Well, I'd like to do that, but I don't understand how.
Well, you will before the night's over.
That would really be magic. It really would.
Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back with some more illusions that will really fill you with wonder. Hop on, Glenn. I'll give you a lift.
You already have. Doug Henning's World of Magic, starring Doug Henning. Special guest host, Glenn Campbell.
Best opportunity to prove it. You know how people always refer to
It's 1:59 a.m. I ain't got time to do the brick wall. This was done before Copperfield walked through the Great Wall of China.
And it's done being live with no camera trickery whatsoever.
We'll finish up later on, folks. Tommy needs to sleep.
Local 2, the bricklayers and masons union constructing this.
Then I wait a while, and then it's morning, and then I start over.
In order to show you that you can turn your dreams into reality.
Well, I'd like to do that, but I don't understand how.
Well, you will before the night's over.
That would really be magic. It really would.
Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back with some more illusions that will really fill you with wonder. Hop on, Glenn. I'll give you a lift.
You already have. Doug Henning's World of Magic, starring Doug Henning. Special guest host Glenn Kemp.
Best opportunity to prove it. You know how people always refer to an impossible situation by saying it's like walking through a brick wall? Well, this is not like walking through a brick wall. This is exactly walking through a brick wall. And it's done being live with no camera trickery whatsoever. During the week, we've had a bona fide member of Local 2, the Bricklayers and Masons Union, constructing this solid brick wall using the actual techniques that are applied in the construction of any building or factory or wall. Now, he's been working in plain sight of everyone.
Yeah, I know, and he just completed the wall a short while ago, and I'd like you all to meet him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jensen. Doug is going to walk through your wall. Nobody is going to walk through this wall I just built.
Mr. Jensen, I know you're sure I'm not going to walk through your wall, but we want to make sure the audience is sure too. So, are you absolutely certain that this wall that you built is absolutely solid?
Yes.
You are, good. And I want you to answer a few more questions. First, were you given any special instructions on how to build the wall by me or any member of my staff?
No, I was just told to build a brick wall of these dimensions using acceptable construction techniques. And did you do that? Yes, sir. I did exactly that.
So if it turns out I am able to walk through your 8.5-inch thick brick wall, would you be prepared to state that it was not because of anything special you did to the wall? It's a real solid factory wall.
Yes, I would.
Great. Now, I'd also like you and Glenn to examine the wall one more time and make absolutely certain that it's completely solid. This is the wall, and here it is, 10 feet high, 10 feet wide, and it's 8.5 inches thick, and it actually weighs 7,000 pounds. We'd have a truck move it in here on stage. The bricks are very solid, and they're filled in with cement. There's not even a crack large enough for an ant to go through. Is this the same wall that you just finished building?
Yes.
It is, good. And you've examined it completely, and there's been no changes whatsoever. It's exactly as you built it.
Correct. Just as sturdy as ever.
Good. Now, all this is very important, and I thank you very much for coming over and telling us about your wall. Glenn, are you satisfied? This is solid wall.
Okay, are you going to go through the wall? Right here?
Yeah, I'm going to go through right about right there.
Well, that's solid enough.
Terrific. Now,
Okay. I'll tell you what. I don't mean to be skeptical or anything, but could you go over there and come through the wall this way, from the other side?
well, this is a left-handed wall, and I'm right-handed, but I'll give it a try.
Okay. Good. I'll wait out here for about 5 minutes, and then if you're not through it, I'll get somebody from the Wall Scrapers Union to pull you out, all right?
Now, it must be obvious to everyone watching tonight that there are only 3 possible ways for me to get to the other side of this brick wall. I can go under it, I can go over it, or I can go around it. I want to prove to you that I can't go under the wall. So I'm going to be standing on this 18-inch high table. It's 18 inches off the ground. To prove to you that I can't go around the wall, we're raising a solid, 3-sided, transparent curtain. The curtain covers both the front and back approaches to the wall. If I were to try to go around either the front or the back, I'd have to step off the table and my feet would be clearly visible. And also, I'd probably leave a visible tear right in the curtain. Now, if I were to attempt to go over the wall to that table that you're seeing on your screen right now, it's pretty high and I'd be in plain sight of everyone. In fact, the wall is 8 feet high, and even the world's greatest high jumper could do it. I'd probably kill myself. So that only leaves one way to get to the wall on the other side. To walk through the solid brick wall by magic. You're going to see my hands above this shade until the last moment before I go to the wall. And then you'll instantly see my hands on the other side of the wall. Watch now as I walk through a brick wall. Now! 1, 2, 3! One more audio.
there's a lighting change. In all illusions, you gotta look for
You
lighting
have a
change.
mirror, or roller
The
shade
lighting
mirror,
is in a different
or
way, and
corner
then when
stall
you
spinning
go
line
put
visibility,
the iPad sheet to the seat,
metamaterials,
there's a light. The lights
spinning
up there
line
make it change a
visibility,
different way,
metamaterials,
which makes it
quantum
feel
stall,
more
and
interesting. That even though he stresses
called
that
visual
it's
stall,
prevent from going under the
light
wall,
bends around an object.
Houdini says the same thing. To prove no trap
And
doors,
they
I'll
got a
put a
glass to
rug
do the
and a
same
mustard
thing.
seat and have people stand all around it. To prove I didn't go
So
use
you can
trap
hide
doors.
an object behind
And
it
then
and
he
still
walked
see
through
the real
brick
back.
wall. But the secret was
To
he
do away
used
with
trap
the
doors.
mirrors
But you're
and
saying,
just
wait a
do
minute, you
glass.
said to prevent any
Illusionists
trap
are always
doors,
taking
and there were no trap doors
known
used.
new
Well, the thing is, there
products
is
and
a
turning them
trap
into
door.
illusions until it's well known
He
to the
didn't
public.
use it to
The
go
government
like a
does the
normal
same
trap door, like
thing.
go through one trap door and come through a tunnel, come up through
Copperfield is
another trap door. So he
incorporating
didn't lie. It's
new
called stretching the
technology
truth.
that's slowly
Copperfield
coming
says
into the
tonight,
public and stores everywhere. But right now he hides it in his illusions,
Darth Vader.
and it's like the electromagnets,
Anyway,
the light and heavy chest. Now everybody knows about electromagnets.
Larry's not included. He's in there, and Who's a Dream, and some
and magnets
game where
and
a dog looks huge.
to open doors and all that stuff automatically. We do that now. You walk by and the laser beam of the senses you and the door opens up.
Anyway, maybe James. Well, see, James Earl Jones goes to church, but the one I'm thinking about is James Jones too. Maybe his name is James Earl Jones. Anyway,
light bulb lights up.
Copperfield was going to look for me. Asked him to do the show. It turned out he's a fan of Copperfield.
With no connection. Now we got about Tesla's free energy light bulb
Smallest illusions ever conceived.
and anti-gravity.
Tonight, Copperfield's going to fly without wings, strings, or camera tricks. That's true. He didn't say NASA clear and filament NASA wires. He didn't say he rehearsed in NASA's underwater special pool to get the feel of walking on air idea. Anyway, pretty interesting stuff. But Houdini used the wall because even though the committee was sat on each side of the mustard seat, on cue, an assistant below opened up the stage trap door, which would make the rug sag in the middle. And then Houdini crawled under the wall, and then when the assistant closed the trap door, now everything is, can examine the walls, examine the stage, examine everything.
Okay, it's still
because you only use one trap door to do the thing. In another diagram, it shows that the rug had a trap itself to make it easy for the crawling, but there were no trap doors in general used. So when Doug Magician's Show explained every which way to prove that that's no way, usually when they go all out to throw that suspicion out, usually that's the route it went. Not always, sometimes. But when he puts the sheet up, there's mirrors that go up with it. So now you see reflecting the legs that look like the back. So now you don't see him get down and the assistant put a fake hands on the top and move them like this, and then he goes, while that's going on, he's coming up, and then he moves his hand. Then when you see his hand, that's his hands this time. And then if he did, you go around the back, then that part of that table comes off like a triangle and comes down like a remote control and pull it on the other side and connect with the other one. You know, there's a lot of ways, but due to the mirror you can't see all that movement. There's a lot of ways to walk through a wall. And I'll explain Copperfield's version later on. And action. Well, maybe action.
Ever dreamed of attempting to walk through a solid brick wall. Truly incredible things will be happening right before your very eyes and mind, live at this very moment. Of course, with all the dangers and the possibilities for error that accompany any live performance, there will be no electronic trickery, and you at home will be seeing exactly the same thing as the live studio audience here is seeing. Perhaps even more so, since you'll be seeing handheld cameras used throughout the show. Now, this allows the viewer the closest possible inspection from every angle. Now, if you've ever things, then join me tonight in watching someone who really follows his dreams and makes them realities. And now it's time to meet the fantastic master illusionist himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Mr. Doug Henning.
See, Doug Henning did shows on NBC. Then Copper did his first special on the Magic ABC. Then CBS liked him, and he's been to CBS ever since. Doug Henning saved magic, Copperfield preserved it. All magicians know that.
If Merlin had made an entrance like that, Camelot would still be here, I bet.
Sang
Well,
back in
coming
the
from a
day.
rhinestone cowboy himself, that's quite a compliment.
It's a cool
I didn't
thing.
know that you were into motorcycles. I'm not only into them, I'm also out of them. Out of them. Now, what's that supposed to mean? Watch closely and I'll show you. You know, I have a hunch no matter how closely I watch, you're still not going to show me nothing. You may be right, but watch closely anyway. Okay, but
Doug Henning did magic specials on NBC around winter. Copperfield always do specials in the summer.
That's called
Then gradually on Halloween, he did a special. Doug and Copperfield are buddies. Even in a Genie magazine and stuff, or even Magic magazine, you see them together as buddies, getting magic awards together.
A little magician posted on Copperfield was a mass magician on the motorcycle. It doesn't drive up, it rides up. It doesn't even he rides a motorcycle. Bob Cooper will correct you too. And you don't drive it, you ride it. You ride a motorcycle. You drive a car. And I go, oh yeah, Bob, that's right. Mitch Buckley of the X-Files, who does illusions on CBS 6 of the stars. Hollywood Purple July, doesn't look like this kind of style. Anyway, he's only just reading a script, so it's really not Mitch Buckley's fault, unless he's operating in certain areas. Speak to the Lord Jesus too. You know, a lot of magicians today are performing that motorcycle and adding reappearing in the audience or on the side. And they're on a platform somewhere.
In order to show you that you can turn your dreams into reality. Well, I'd like to do that, but I don't understand how.
Copperfield added the part reappearing in the audience.
That would really be magic. It really would. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back with some more illusions that will really fill you with wonder. Hop on, Glenn. I'll give you a lift. You already have.
Krishna is showing this thing. Even heaven now, she got promoted, but she and David Copperfield picked the music for the Magic of David Copperfield live and TV shows and TV interviews.
You know how people always refer to an impossible situation by saying it's like walking through a brick wall? Well, this is not like walking through a brick wall. This is exactly walking through a brick wall.
And Junior Spinier was mainly in Copperfield's illusion vignettes.
During the week, we've had a bona fide member of
She choreographed his show. Copperfield saw her talent on a cruise boat, and the rest is history. Copperfield learned a lot, and so did Junior Spinier. They both shared ideas.
I'd like you all to meet him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jensen.
Copperfield said on Facebook and did a tribute to her, and also did a tribute to his dad, High and a tribute to his mom. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but he uploaded the video on Facebook of her doing the cough syrup or cough drop commercial that mentioned this is what she gives her son, David Copperfield, when he's got a cold.
Did you do that?
Yes, sir, I did exactly that.
So if it turns out I am able to walk through your 8.5-inch thick brick wall, would you be prepared to state that it was not because of anything special you did to the wall? It's a real solid
Copper says
factory wall.
they were grateful
Great. Now, I'd also like you and Glenn to
Johnny
examine the
Spinier.
wall one more time and make
He
absolutely
learned a
certain
lot
that it's
from
completely
her
solid. This is the wall.
choreograph
10
and
feet
music
high,
and all
10
that.
feet wide, and it's 8.5 inches thick, and it actually weighs 7,000 pounds. We had to have a truck move it in here on stage. The bricks are very solid. They're filled in with cement mortar. There's not even a crack large enough for an ant to go through. Is this the same wall that you just finished building, Mr. Jensen? It is, good. And you've examined it completely, and there's been no changes whatsoever. It's exactly as you built it.
Correct. Just as sturdy as ever.
Good. Now, all this is very important, and I thank you very much for coming over
Thank you.
and telling us about your wall. Glenn, are you satisfied that this is solid for the wall?
Okay, are you going to go through the wall right here?
Yeah, I'm going to go through right about right there.
Well, that's solid enough.
Terrific. Now,
Okay. I'll tell you what. I don't mean to be skeptical or anything, but could you go over there and come through the wall this way, from the other side?
well, this is a left-handed wall, and I'm right-handed, but I'll give it a try.
Okay. Good. I'll wait out here for about 5 minutes, and then if you're not through it, I'll get somebody from the Wall Scrapers Union to pull you out, all right?
Now, it must be obvious to everyone watching tonight that there are only 3 possible ways for me to get to the other side of this brick wall. I can go under it, I can go over it, or I can go around it. I want to prove to you that I can't go under the wall. So I'm going to be standing on this 18-inch high table. It's 18 inches off the ground. To prove to you that I can't go around the wall, we're raising a solid, 3-sided, transparent curtain. The curtain covers both the front and back approaches to the wall. If I were to try to go around out to the front or the back, I'd have to step off the table and my feet would be clearly visible, and also I'd probably leave a visible tear right in the curtain. Now, if I were to attempt to go over the wall to that table that you're seeing on your screen right now, it's pretty high, and I'd be in plain sight of everyone. In fact, the wall is 8 feet high, and even the world's greatest high jumper could do it. I'd probably kill myself. So that only leaves one way to get to the wall on the other side. To walk through the solid brick wall by magic. You're going to see my hands above this shade until the last moment before I go through the wall. And then you instantly see my hands on the other side of the wall. Watch now as I walk through a brick wall. Now! 1, 2, 3! One more oil.
Stacked containers. Remember, the containers were examined and no trapdoors were found. On the other side, his assistants
The only difference is Cupfoot had fake realistic hands on the top to make like the assistant's hands on top, and then they had a fake mold mask of Copperfield and hands pushing against, just like how they're doing there, but it's a prop to move the hands and the face inside the white spandex. Even Copperfield in a new interview mentioned white spandex. Well, he says spandex, but we know it's a white spandex. Dee's crew, just Valentino's crew, Luda crew, is doing it like Tim Cole, Undercold Sun, turbine engine illusion, penetration, and reappear in the audience. This is a little different. They use the pushing with the hands like Tim Cole did and his assistants did, but Copperfield's crew and Copperfield used fake realistic hands on the top. So it gives illusions that you think that it's the two guys holding the hands at the top and then using their other hand to push the mask and of Copperfield's face. One's doing that and the other's controlling the hand.
And there's the magician, back from his trip to our great wall of steel. What's the shocking secret behind walking through the Great Wall? If you were fooled by the trick, you won't believe your eyes when you find out how it's done.
And before the show, there's a ladder on one side and rope on the other side. So you can guess how Copperfield got to point A to point B. And notice that Copperfield's crew is now on the other side too. I used to thought it was a shadow projector for the reappearing, well, walking through and reappearing, and he went into the hollow stairs. But now I know that he's got a cool look-alike double that he's a illusionist also. His name is Christopher Hart. He does a musical version of the Gene Anderson newspaper tear, and he's added a different version of the zombie ball to zombie hand, where at the end the hand takes him off stage. And in the movies of the Addams Family, live action, he's the hand of Thing. And Copperfield give ideas back and forth. He shares ideas and Christopher Hart shares ideas. Even while on a tour bus or a train. Anyway, and probably plane too. And that's Junior Spinia holding up the satellite dish to keep an eye on Copperfield to check his pulse rate. That's all part of adding layers, as Copperfield says, to add to prove positive idea. It's a neat storyline. But anyway, Christopher Hart goes into the base just like Valentino just showed. And the same thing for Industrial Fan. Copperfield's look-alike goes into this hollow base. And so does the assistant, and it gives the illusion that they're going through the fan. And you had the smoke, like they just penetrated it. And then they reappear in the audience. But they don't use hollow stairs for that one. They use the grabbing the, Copperfield does the switch when he pretends to grab the fold screen by the side of the curtain, and that's where the switch takes place. And the shadow you're seeing holding it is a look-alike of Copperfield. It could be Christopher Hart. But I do know one thing, when I was at Christ Hall, I was using good binoculars that Mr. Story gave me, and I could see that wasn't Copperfield, but in the shadow it looked like it. Even his hairdo looked like Copperfield. Like I said, I like to figure out how illusions are done. It's cool to me. I guess that was the last of it. Or am I still talking?
We'll get back to you, Mr.
Alright.